Okay, Miracle was born at 25 weeks and found out not too long after that she had cerebral palsy, which attacks most of her limbs. So she's not very independent on her own. She started TEIS with Tennessee Early Intervention System, and they put us in contact with Dr. Campfield. And from then, TTU offered to take on a project to help Mira be more mobile. From there, I think Chris and Steven were the first ones to come out, and we sat down and they asked what they could do to help our family. We were super appreciative and anxious to see what we were going to get done, and after many meetings and measurements as she grew, we got our presentation today and the delivery of her gait trainer and her, essentially I guess it's a prosthetic spine, and it helps her sit up and be more independent, and we could not be more happier. This has just been amazing watching her little face as she has learned how to move herself and be able to sit up independently. So it's truly better than we could have ever expected.
So we actually met with the family. We had built this project throughout the entire semester, went through full design process and fabrication all together. And so we've designed a spinal support for a little girl who has no control of her mid-torso or her hip support. And so this just allows her to have some freedom and be able to support herself independently and give her some independence back.
So we're here to fit the orthotic that we built on the little girl Miracle. Yeah, we were able to adjust it just a little bit so it fit her better, and it worked out really well. So she seems to like it a lot, and it holds her in place. It's really great.
My mom is in the medical field, so helping people was something I always wanted to do. So, I mean, it's just cool to see going from the designer style of it and then actually seeing it help a kid's life is crazy.
We were having a hard time with bathing and feeding and anything where she would just have to sit erect. Even the car seat, without lots of support, we were having a hard time. Without that extra support, she develops torticollis, which makes her even more sore. So with the trunk support and prosthetic spine, this has given her that support so that she doesn't develop torticollis. And it's also just as far as her sitting in her high chair or in the trainer or the car seat, it's just helping her be able to be independent, and it helps her enough that she's learning how to do it on her own, so that she's she's benefiting from it. It's not just doing all the work. So this is just going to be another huge step in helping her become independent. I've never met a team that I can't imagine that they could have been any better. They've kept us in the loop constantly. There was always the question of what else? What else can we do to help you? How else could we help her? There was never any falling short. They have just went above and beyond all of our expectations. We could have never expected it to be this great.
It's kind of mind-blowing, and it's humbling almost, because this is one of those things we would never have to worry about growing up. I'd never have to worry about my child being able to support themselves or having to have 24/7 care almost. And so this gives the mother some freedom, and it allows the child to start growing, and the sooner that this is encountered in their lives, the better chances they have to go on and live independent lives.
Yeah, it's such a good feeling, because most projects that you work on are just, build this 5-bar linkage to do something, and then it just gets thrown away afterwards, or, used for spare parts, where this is something that the family is going to get to use for years, and it actually, impacts a child's life. Oh, it's great. Yeah, we love it. It's definitely a unique thing. You don't hear about this kind of thing a whole lot, so it's great.
It's really neat because I always thought we would just build a robot that would move a ball or something like that. So to see it actually help a kid's life versus just a project for making something, it's really neat. I really like it a lot. It helped a lot. I would love to be able to help in the medical field like this and help kids, because it's just they don't always make products available for every style of like a baby or a toddler. So I think it's really neat to be able to help where you can. So I would love to.
I am so appreciative. I'd actually heard a story from Dr. Canfield and Jeff down in the machine shop. Canfield came to Jeff and he had said, "I don't know if I can do this anymore." And it breaks my heart to think that there was a time where this was an option, and Jeff convinced him, hey, you're changing families' lives out there. And it is astounding and life-changing to see how this is actually going to affect her life, and she's going to be able to live a happy and independent life. And it works me to my core, because this is what I want to do for my life. I want to go in and design different products for people with different disabilities, no matter what it may be, and help them for the best.